Right, you horrible lot. This is an intro to what we call website revolution. Okay, I'm going to be talking about this in some detail in the training at the end of the month. But for now, I just want you to look at this. All right. The problem with website designers is they're not marketers for the most part. Most of them are barely competent to do anything except graphic design, and what they've done is they've added website design to their skill set for most of them. Yet still, they seem to take it upon themselves and adopt the position of being marketers and advertising professionals, and they're simply not. And you'll see why that is in a moment. It's got 5 component parts. What we look at, 5 elements. The first is the strategy. A website cannot exist in isolation, or rather it can, but there is no point. Unfortunately, this is what most people tend to do. They create a website, and because it's created to stand alone, what it ends up looking like for the most part is a brochure or a catalogue. The idea being traffic will somehow arrive at this website and have a look around, and will somehow magically follow the path you want them to take through it and end up buying something. They'll end up on the contact me page or something. And I'm not saying this doesn't work and never works, because it clearly does, but it's very inefficient and it doesn't work as well as it should do. But unfortunately, this is what most people do. Now, the second thing is what we call website visitor intent. It is tied up with strategy. It's a matter of what is the user thinking, what's going on in their head when they arrive at your website. What do they want to achieve? What's their aim? What's their goal? Now, to use an analogy from copywriting, Robert Collier made the comment, in your copywriting, you should join the conversation the prospect is already having in their head. Well, it's the same here. When someone lands on your website, it should form part of a continuing dialogue or narrative. So, for instance, if we go to my website, okay, I'll let you look at my pretty face as well. My website, people come to my website, and I've designed, because this is part of my strategy. Okay, people arrive at my website, they already know who I am, pretty much, and they certainly know why they're here. They're coming from advertisements, they're coming from social media, they're coming from referral, they're coming from an email link. They know what they're coming for. They're coming to learn more about how I can help them and how to get in touch with me. They're not looking to find out more about the Evil Bold Genius. This is not a catalogue or a brochure. So I start with a headline. I'm joining the conversation they're already having. I'm known for doing 3 things: helping people attract the best clients, sell at top rates, and putting together systems so it happens reliably and predictably. That's what I'm known for. Well, that's what I'm promising. And anyone coming to this website from, say, an ad, such as this one, let me find it, such as this one, yeah? Anyone coming to my website from an ad like this, or anything like this, they'll know what to expect, because I've told them. There's nothing more frustrating than, say, doing a search on Google for something, such as patio furniture out there, which has actually happened. And I'd search for patio furniture, and I'd end up going to the homepage of garden centres. And then they'd expect me to dig around in their fucking website looking for stuff, and it was so annoying. I should have landed every single time on a page dedicated to garden furniture or patio furniture, nothing else. Well, it's the same here, okay? This is website visitor intent. So, if you're a graphic designer, you'll be probably thinking, well, my website should reflect my graphic design skills. No, it shouldn't. Your website exists to sell people on your services. And depending on how you've got them there, they may already know that you're quite competent. And if you need a portfolio page, by all means have a portfolio page. Your website does not need to reflect your abilities as a graphic designer. It needs to get over the importance of how they can get in touch with you, etc., etc. Okay, so website visitor intent. The third thing is flow. Once they hit your website, what happens? All right, do they look around? Do they get directed anywhere? Or are they just expected to find their own way? Well, most people, when they create a website, website designers, they're supposed to find their own way. Website designers are always saying we'll create you high converting websites. They've got no fucking idea what they're doing. Most of the time they don't. Well, look at my website. It's really fucking ugly. So they come in at the top, they read the headline, which gets them to read the first line of copy, the second line of copy, third, and so on. And the flow is, they've got two things they can do. They can get the book for ambitious and determined individuals who are struggling to grow a thriving business, or they can get in touch with me if they're a little bit higher level than that for consulting. That's all they can do. Okay, you can look at the privacy policy as well if they really want to. But if they look at the privacy policy, look what happens. Nothing. Privacy policy, right at the end of it, as I recall, look, same thing, get my help. So the book takes you to the page you will know and love. That one. And consulting goes to this page. And here they can get in touch with me. There's flow again. Let me fix your business for you. Next steps. And that's how they get in touch with me. There's no form. This is deliberately difficult for them to get in touch with me. All right. This is not accidental. I'm not being lazy. This is all calculated. It's done like this for a reason. That's it. The book, consulting, my About Me page is pretty much similar. It's not actually about me. It's about what I can do for them. And again, two things they can do. Website flow. And of course, here there's the podcast if they want to go to. That's just off-site. It's on YouTube. Ta-da! All right. Very straightforward flow. There's none of this fucking about with lots of... Because I just did a website review this morning, which kind of prompted me to do this intro. A website review this morning. It's no one who's in this group. And it was all over the place. It was awful. It was like 3 different things on the page they could do and no logical step. I mean, if you've got 3 things you can do, say, call me or I'll call you or send me a message, that's fine, but have it 1, 2, 3. 3 ways to get my help. 2 ways to get my help. 1 way to get my help. It doesn't matter. But it must be very clear what they need to do. There's no point having it all dotted around because it's confusing. They come to you with a problem. They've got this umbilical cord in the hand. They wanted to plug it in somewhere. They need you to take them by the hand and help them, lead them, guide them. Okay, that's how you get seen as a trusted expert and not the hired help. If you are forcing them to make the decisions, okay, and to tell you what you need them to, tell you what they want you to do for them, no wonder they treat you like shit. And then after flow, we have structure. What does the site look like? Look, your website has a purpose, all right, and that purpose in my case is to get one of these 2 things: either they buy the book or they get in touch with me consulting. That is it. So everything on the website is dedicated to making that purpose manifest itself. Every page supports the purpose of the website. Every element on the page supports the purpose of the page. If it doesn't, it shouldn't be there. So there's none of this random photograph of stock photograph of some woman sitting at a computer going like that, all excited and success and mountains with people staring in the distance. The only place we do that is here. That's for a reason. Yeah, you won't find that anywhere else in this copy. Just at the top. That's there for a reason. You can ask me about that over a bit. All right. Flow. And then structure of the website. How does it hang together? And we have content. What's actually written in there. Structure, by the way, also encompasses what we call presentation. What does it look like? In this case, it's almost exclusively plain text. It's easy to read, justified right margin, indented first line of paragraph. Okay, images all have what's they're called, captions, and what you won't see is an image with a headline above it. Okay, because if that happens, the headline almost never gets read. So that is it. Very simple. And then of course, yeah, the content is just, I'm not going to go into detail there. Copywriting 101. We'll talk about that some other day. That is an intro to the 5 elements of Website Revolution. We're going to be talking about all this in detail at the end of the month. All right, it's going to be about a 90-minute training probably, and we're going to go into all of this in detail because it is not trivial. It is not. It is simple and straightforward, but it's not obvious, and most people will get it wrong. In fact, most people do get it wrong. Website designers. So be there or be square. Silver and above only. See you later. Ta-da.